Hi, and welcome to the 2015-2016 TCEA Area 11 Robotics Contest. We are so glad you're here, and we hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. In order to make things go smoothly, I want to go over just a few rules before we get started. First of all, make sure you know who your team captain is. You should have a gold circle on your badge if you're the team captain, and make sure you know your responsibilities. You need to make sure that your team has a copy of the rules if you brought them with you. And if your team has questions for the judges, you would be the one to ask. And you will also sign the score sheet at the end of every round. You will not get a score at the end of the round, but you will check to make sure that everything is correct on the score sheet. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and just be respectful when you address the judges. Make sure that your team has a bill of materials every round. If you don't have one yet, I suggest you ask an adult in the room for a piece of paper and find something to write with and get your bill of materials together. You have to have that for every round. If you don't, you can't use your lightning rod if you brought one, and that means you can't get the extra time during the round. Remember that there's a little bit of difference between the intermediate versus advanced setup, so make sure you know whether you get to place the game pieces before the round starts or not. And also, there is a random part to the setup for the round, so your pieces may be in a different place every round, and that's okay because that's how the game was designed. Keep in mind that this year the starting position gives you options. You can start in the actual starting box and be touching the back wall, or you can start in either corner on that end of the board and be touching two walls at the same time. Any of those start positions will work. Anytime you touch your robot, you will get a restart penalty. You will bring it back to one of the corners to start. You can't bring it back to the start box in the middle of the wall. Also, if your robot is in the super battery collection area or the SBCA, when you touch it, that is a double touch penalty. So that's 20 points instead of 10. So keep that in mind. Anytime you touch your robot, you have to bring it back to a corner, not to the start box. It must be within the original size. You can pick up parts that have fallen off. You can pick up any ball that is touching your robot and bring it back. The only thing that you can't pick up that began as part of your robot is your lightning rod. If it has been deployed, it's no longer part of your robot and you can't pick it up. When you recover your robot and bring it back to the beginning, you can rearrange parts. You can take parts off, but remember, you can't add parts. Also, one last thing, your lightning rod has to be deployed at the 1 minute mark. If it's not deployed at that time, then you have to stop your robot, even if that means picking it up, and that is the end of your round. If you have any other questions about the rules, don't hesitate to ask the judges, and please have a good time. Remember, you have 3 rounds. So if you have one rough round, don't let that get you down. You've got 2 other scores, and only 2 of your scores count. So you can get better with each round, and we hope that you have a really great time today. Good luck, everyone.